And we are back with another outstanding episode of the Square Table Degenerates. Today, we welcome to the show British music legend, Ms Kele Le Roc. How are you today, ma'am?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, are you in what neighborhood are you in? Are you still in London now, or where are you?
Yeah.
Going?
I live in London. I live in Southeast London, Greenwich.
Okay,
You
okay.
know where the centre of time comes from? Like, we're so rude that we create the centre of time.
When I talk to my British buddies, my English friends, I was like, "You guys stole time, so you guys invented time, apparently." You know.
I know, it's rude, isn't it? And actually, if you go to Greenwich, there's actually like a line that's like, "This is the centre of the universe." Like, we are the centre of the universe.
Oh man, I was just over there in London, man. I was there for the Browns. I'm from Cleveland, like I was telling you
Mm,
earlier. So I'm a Browns fan. I went over there to they play at Tottenham Spurs Stadium out there,
right.
and it was now let me ask you about London, because yeah, obviously you've probably been in London your whole life.
Yes, yes.
And when I talk to a lot of my buddies, they're like, "Oh, London," they always talk about how it was back in the day, 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? And how it's not what it used to be. And so aside from the fact, like that's what a lot of old people typically say. Old
Mhm.
people bitch about how it
We
was back
do
when they're
say that. We say it's not what it was. We say that all the time. And we say
literally
it
all
like
the
that, like an old person. Oh, it's not what it used to be, is it?
time.
We say it like an
These
old
kids,
person.
right? These kids today. But like aside from the random old people stuff, what is about like 80s and 90s London that was different from it is today?
I think the music was great. Like, I really loved growing up in the 80s for the music because I think it was also diverse. It was also unique. Like, everyone was just being themselves. And nowadays, I think everyone kind of sounds the same, like music wise, like within their genres. And, obviously we've still got different genres, but a lot of R&B artists sound the same because they all use auto tune and they all sing the same. And yeah, so there's like no diversity. I miss that in music nowadays, like we used to have. And also, I just think I had a real good, clean, wholesome childhood. We used to ride our bikes, we used to like make up games on the street. Like, I don't think kids do that anymore because they're all into their iPads. They lack imagination. So that is really unfortunate as well.
It is crazy because like when I was over there, and it's didn't seem too bad. It was a nice area. Everything was fun. It was but it's essentially sounds like what you're saying is like kind of laziness. And it's not just the kids. A lot. I mean, I'll admit this is a parent. I get lazy, and so it's easier to give your kid a device and say, "Here, entertain yourself," than it is to spend time and do things. And I try to do a lot of things with my kids, but it's like at the end of the day, you want to have your free time and fun. That's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
So that's wild. I never thought about it like that. Oh,
Yeah.
my buddy Lep asked, "Did you guys ever play kick the can when you were little?"
No, I never played kick the cat. I don't think that's. It might be a boy thing, but I don't think it's an English thing. But maybe boys did it. I didn't do that.
Well, no, let me ask you this. Did you there's this randomly thought of this. There's a nursery rhyme when we're little. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down, or London Bridge is falling down. Did you guys play those games, or did they change the word? Was it not London Bridge? I don't even, how does that work?
No, we did play that one actually. Ring a no. How does it start again?
Ring around the rosies, isn't it? Ring around the
Ring a
rosies.
rosy, a pocket full of posies, a tissue. We all fall down.
Oh, we said ashes, ashes, we all fell down. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I always,
But it's something to do with the Black Death, I'm sure.
yeah, that's what I heard. It was rumors of the Black Death. It's kind of morbid when you think about it, right?
Very morbid. The
My
children
goodness,
just thinking
my
about that.
goodness.
Yeah.
All right. So so you started singing quite young, no? You were like with 3, it said on your thing.
Yeah, I started going dance school when I was 3, so like singing and dancing. I started going to studio when I was 12. So um I initially wanted to like do musicals and stuff like that because I loved singing and dancing and I love musicals. And then I had an operation on my knee when I was 12 and my doctor just said, you're always going to have problems with your knee. Dancing is not going to be for you.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay, I'll be a singer. And then I just started going to studio and was like, I'll be a singer.
Okay. What did you remember like when you was little, like when some of the songs you first sang when you was a baby, not a baby, but because I was when I was doing this stuff, I was made me think of my mom. We used to always sing that yakety yak, don't talk back. And that made me laugh. That was like one of the first songs. And then that Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie. This is in the 80s when I was
I
really
don't remember the first, like, because I was always making up songs as well, and I would sing talk, which people annoyed people so much. But the first song I ever recorded at studio, I remember, and it was a song that went, "Don't tell me so, it's over, it's over." You know that one? Don't tell me, tell her. I sounded awful on it, but that was my first foray into studio and singing.
Okay. Now, was there a point where you realized that you had some talent? I mean, when you're little and you're a kid, I mean, obviously your parents are like, oh, yeah, you're good. And up until, you're 10, 11, 12, like you say, you broke your knee. That's usually
Mm.
when you split out from the pack. I mean, that's when most kids, start getting talent, get pageants and all that stuff. Was there a point when you realized that, okay, I can maybe do this for a living, or did it just kind of come naturally, or just ever, was it seamless? What was the deal there?
I think I just meandered into it because at dance school, obviously, everyone would sing, and some people had good voices, some people had bad voices, but everyone would sing because we did singy songy dances, and my dance teacher then started giving me solos. So that I think that was the first inkling that I had something. But I used to be so shy, like when people come around and everyone goes, "Oh, Kelly can sing," and they'll be like, "Don't look at me," like I'd have to turn around, or they'd have to turn around and not. I used to be so shy, so it wasn't something I was confident in for a long time. And even when I looked at early like performances of me at dance school, you can see I was really shy. And then one day I was just like, I'm a singer. So I kind of meandered into it naturally, but initially, even though I enjoyed doing it, I was really, really shy.
Okay, what kind of dance did you do? Because I'm not really a dance family, but my kids did dance for a while. The boy did tap dance, and the girl did ballet for a little bit. Was that kind
I
of
did
stuff you were doing?
I did everything. I did tap, I did ballet, I did modern. I also did like interpretive dance.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I'm a tree dancing, I call it. I did that as well. Yeah. So yeah, my mum I used to play an instrument as well, but then I had to stop because you'd had to go to the is it the what do they call it? Orchestra Academy or whatever on a Saturday. And I also had dancing on a Saturday. And my mum said you can't do both. You've got to pick one. So I picked dancing.
Okay, yeah, dancing is
Yeah.
a lot cheaper than instruments. I've bought instruments for kids over the years. Them things ain't cheap, man. My goodness, if you get in the big ones, they're tens of thousands, and you see these kids
But they
holding.
used to give them to you though. At my school, they'd lend it to you.
Oh, so we had to, but for one school we had to buy them. Well, my kids went to the Catholic school, so maybe it's different. But yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
They
buying
used
a
to lend it
violin.
to us. But you had
I
to take
remember
care
buying
of them. Yeah.
I remember having to buy the one girl a violin, and then I think it was the same girl had a God. What Nikki had some kind of random instrument. It was just so random that and she didn't even play it after that, and then she ended up quitting dance. But and it makes me laugh. You say about Kelly could sing. I'm friends with a bunch of comics. We do a bunch of stand up comedy every now and then. You always get tell us a joke or a funny man. It's like that's not how it works, man. You're out here building. If I say hey, you're a bricklayer, I'll build me a house real quick. Build me a brick
Do
shit
you know
house, right?
what? I say that to people all the time. Because, and the thing is as well, then you go to events and then people want you to sing. You're like, I'm not here to work. I'm here to just enjoy the event. And it's exactly that. If you came to my house as a plumber, I'd be like, can you fix my pipes, please? Like, whilst you're here, could you just have a look and fix them? That's your job.
Amen. Amen. Oh, that's why like when we go to the football games and we tailgate and we get up early and we start smoking and have fun. It's like some people are like, oh, you should go live. I'm like, no, I don't want to entertain all the time. I shut my brain off. If
Yeah.
I say random funny things, it doesn't have to be captured on camera all the time. Like sometimes you just want to chill and just have fun, man. It's called personal time is a good use for it or a good word for it. But like I think everybody needs that, right? I mean, if you're
Yeah.
a random person walk around or the biggest star in the world, I would imagine everybody just needs time by themselves to just chill and
Yeah, of course.
relax. My goodness.
100%. When did you decide that you were funny?
When did I say when I was probably honestly go back to the dance. Go back to the dance because I used to sit up in the room. It's right down the street here. Arlene Casera dance. She's since passed away, bless her heart. But her daughter Nikki still does that some of it, but they don't have a cat anymore. But I used to sit up there, right? And there was 3-4 other parents, and the kids would be dancing. We'd just sit there and mess around, and I would just crack jokes. They would just start busting up laughing. Everything I said, they would just. And I'm like, we got to do something on this. This is there's some gold here. So I took a chance and went out did a mic, and I did okay on the first open mic. I'd say like 6 out of 10, but there was enough to keep me going. And after a while, I realized that the open mic lifestyle kind of caught up with me because there's a lot of late nights and drinking, and
Yeah.
I'm very excessive. So like I
Yes.
got a little bit of trouble there for a bit. So that's why I decided to do the YouTube thing for a lot. It's because it's a lot easier because you can just do it any time of day. You can do it from your
Yeah.
house. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I can control the material. I can have on lovely guests like you. I don't have to listen to some moron say, "Oh, you can't say that." No, this is 100% controlled by moi. You know what I mean? It's
Yes, of
beautiful,
course, of course.
beautiful, right? My
Yeah.
goodness. All right. So, like, was there a point after you started? Some of these questions are crazy because I smoke weed and try to ask silliness. So just have some fun with the baby, right? So, was there a point like after you started charting where life started feeling different?
um See, I get asked this question a lot, and the thing is, you know, when you're doing The Secret, but you don't realize you're doing The Secret. You know what The Secret is, yeah?
No, what's that?
It's that book. It's a book called The Secret, and it's basically about ordering up your life. So, like, when you just kind of you put it into the universe what you want, and then you do, you know, constructive things every day for that thing to happen for you, and then it just happens. Yeah. But
Okay,
at the
okay.
time, I didn't know there was a technique behind it. Like, it's manifestation, basically. So I didn't know that I was manifesting. I just was doing what I was doing. Just had tunnel vision. I was just focused. I was just like, this is what I'm doing. This is what's happening. And then it happened. So because I was just so focused on that, even though all these amazing things were happening, I was like, but this is my life. This is how I envisaged it. This is what I expected. So it's mad that as it was unfolding, I was like, yeah, this feels right. This is about right. Yeah, this is my life. Yeah, you know, it's not until you look back, you're like, wow, you did so many amazing things. You did everything you said you would do. But I was so like focused and just fully in my power that it just felt natural.
Isn't that wild? You get that. I mean, I kind of get that as a YouTuber. It's like you get that. You never appreciate the journey as you're doing it. You're always focused on, oh, I got to get this next person, get this next
Yeah.
person. You
Yeah.
know, but at the end of the day, you know, you have to stop. I think in the last year or so, I was really humbled on all that because, like, there was 2022 when the lockdowns were kind of ending. But that was probably the peak of a lot of people doing these kind of shows. Like, because a lot of people just get their own shows. They just don't. Why the fuck do I do this show when I could just talk my own self? You know what I mean? So they don't get to
Yeah.
meet other people and they cocoon themselves. But yeah, I mean, you appreciate the journey. You look back at some of the things you do, some of the people you talk to, and get to meet, and just my goodness, it's fun, right? It's just a fun life. You just gotta have fun in life. So many people I see just cry and whine and this and that, complain about stuff, but you just look back at some of the things you did, and it never feels enough. Too, is you get that thing, Kelly? Like it's never enough
I think
travel, it's never enough entertaining, you know. But you look
that's the curse of ambition.
right,
You
my
always
goodness.
feel like you could be more or do more or have more or you know but then the thing about that is I had to learn this the hard way, but you've just got to be present also. So what, like you're saying, enjoy the journey, stop concentrating on the destination, you know. So just
Amen.
be present to where you are right now and enjoy that, and then you're good.
Amen. Amen. Now, you still have most of the same friends when you was like in high school and little?
Yeah, I do. I mean, we don't call it high school. We call it like I don't know. It's high school, college to you, isn't it? How
High
old are you?
school, high school is like grade. It'd be like when you're 15 to 18. That those grades.
Yeah, so that's college. That'll be considered our
Okay.
college. And
Okay.
what you consider college, we consider university.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So yes, my best friend is still my best friend. Yes.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then my best friend when I was younger than that, we're still in touch. So a lot of my original friends are still my friends. Yes.
Okay. Good. Now, have you ever had like a random, unusual request? Like, hey, Kelly, I'm coming to see your show. Can you count me with like free 15 tickets and a backstage pass? Do you ever get anything silly like that from people? Like expecting way too
Sometimes
much?
sometimes you get cheeky people and you're like, I don't even know you. Like even a friend of mine wouldn't ask for that. Like, I don't know you, bruh. Like,
people, people getting all loaded, flexing their Facebook or flexing their contact list. Like, let me see who the most powerful person I could call. Kelly Le
yeah.
Roc.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's sometimes it's like that. You know, they'll be like, "Oh, can you get me tickets?" I'm like, "I can't even get tickets for myself. I get tickets for you."
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
$40 loss on this show just so you can come for free, buddy. Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. All right. So, what things about touring in the past were potentially fun back then that just don't exist now?
Ooh. I'm gonna say like the mobile phone being used as a recording device. Because even back then we did have phones, but we had like flip phones, right?
Mhm.
But now, you know, it's a bit different when you go to something a bit more grown and a bit more mature. But the one thing I've noticed when you do things where it's a lot of young people, instead of just again what I was talking about, being present, just being present and in living in the moment, they want to film and show everyone what a great time they're having instead of just having the great time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just have the great time. Not like you said, not everything has to be documented or has to be streamed or has to be put on socials. Sometimes just be here.
100%. I usually take a picture when I first get there because I've been on Facebook for a million years, so it's like an online
Yeah.
diary at this point. And I literally started when because I was older when I went to college, and it came out when I was in college. So it's over 20 years now. So it's like I'm always going to keep a document, though. That it's fun looking back at memories and stuff. But I usually take a picture when I first get there. But yeah, you just gotta enjoy it, man. Because I mean, I'll see people they'll try to record the entire. It's like you gotta relax on it. I mean, sometimes I get it. Everybody's trying to make an extra buck. If I can make an extra buck recording Mariah Carey, okay, fine. But it's like maybe I just want to sit there and listen to her voice. I want to listen to her scream in my ear. I like that kind of thing, maybe. So it's like, and it's hard. It's hard too. It's so hard. It is because we talk about that, that ambitious personality. Just you want to get that next thing on the socials. You want to get that next cool video on YouTube. But man, sometimes you just got to enjoy the life and just stop it. We should.
I think that's part of my downfall when it comes to social media. That I do post, but I'm also like, I just want to live my life. Can't be asked. Just want to live my life. So
that's why I'd like to have a person. I mean, if I ever hit big, I don't know what even big is. I always say that, and then there's no definition for it. But if I ever get to the point where I could say hire people, let's get like that. I like to have just a person who just documents all right, you're my social media guy. You just stand within your
they just follow you around, and then they edit it all for you and make you look cool, make you look funny, make you look sexy. Yeah.
I'll just yell at them, hey, bros, post on Facebook this, and they'll just say a bunch of shit and then post it up, and I didn't have to worry about it.
Why don't you hire one of your kids to do that?
My kids, it's funny you mentioned that, and I, because when I first started, the kids loved it. They're like, oh, Dad's on YouTube and this and that. They would even stand out here, and Nikki would record behind the scenes videos. And after a year or two, it kind of gets tiresome because it's around all the time. I mean, and when you're ambitious, you tend to talk about your craft a lot. So I talk about YouTube probably a little too much if I'm being real. So it's like they kind of burned out on it. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're married to somebody, imagine you're married to a Rodney Dangerfield and he's constantly making jokes, or after a while you're like, okay, I'm done with this. They're
like, we're over it, Dad. It's only YouTube. Yeah, they're over it. Yeah.
Whatever's over.
But to be fair, it would be a job. You'd pay them. It would be a job.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I can pay them. I can pay them in good intentions right now. It's about all. It's about all we have with the budget, right? Because they don't smoke weed, and because they're
you can pay them in refuge,
right?
And food.
You get brighter light in your room if you come out here and help me do the show, there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Now, have you toured in the States recently? And do you like the States compared to other areas?
Do you know what? I've never toured the States. I've done gigs in the States, but I've never toured the States. So I've done the Hollywood Bowl.
Okay.
And I've also done Central Park.
Okay.
But I've never done a full tour, no.
I think it's about time. I think it's time. You'd like the States. You'd like all my buddies.
I love it. I love America. I mean, your president is suspect, but I love America.
Concur. I would concur there. That's, I would strongly concur there. Those who watch the show know how I feel about that. But yeah,
thank God for that. What if you were like, I love Trump?
Right.
I'll be like, I gotta go now.
Well, at the end of the day, you have to. I mean, whatever. I mean, what I've learned in the past, because I tend to be very political, just because I like seeing freedom. I like seeing people get rights. I like seeing people get along. And that just comes hand in hand with being a stoner, the hippie type personality. But like, what I've learned about political stuff is that so many people just don't really pay attention. 80 to 90% of people, they just want to. There's a song by Guns N' Roses. I'm just living, or it's called "One in a Million." Just being a working man, that's enough for me. That's all people want to do, is just make a living and feed their family, and go about being productive. And when people, when people are in the same class and they just bump heads over the little silliest stuff, and there's a severe aristocracy running rampant over them and laughing at them, it makes me ill. That's the kind of stuff we don't. That's the kind of vibes we don't need. Right? That's negative vibes. That's not good. So if we can manifest people to just be nice to people, just be nice. If you're going to argue with them, don't take if somebody calls you moron, okay, fine. I'm a moron in your eyes, and then you talk to them, because if you escalate, they're not going to listen to you. You're going to look like a jackass. That's just the way I look at it. You've got to be nice.
You know what it is? I see you're the same. Like when you said hippie, that's completely me. And we are light workers. Like it is our job to raise the universal vibrations with the talent that we've been given. So yours is laughter, mine is entertainment.
100%. You want people to shut their brain off, feel like there's a connection. Like everybody in the chat, now. I've met a lot of these people in person many times. I mean, left TVs in the chat. I go over to his house all the time. We just kick it, have fun. It's integrated into my life. YouTube's a part of it. I mean, it's trite to say the family thing, but it really is a fun family aspect. It feels like family. I'm not gonna, And I'm not gonna lie, if somebody in the chat was like, "Hey man, I need $500 for my rent," good luck, buddy. You know, you should have planned better. But but at the end of the day, I'm going to give good intentions to a lot of people, and I'm do my best to better them. If they can support me, I'll support them the best I can, and I'll be their best fan. And I'm not gonna say worst enemy, because they don't want to support me and I'll support them. Fine, move on. It didn't work out. I'm not gonna hold any hate in my soul for no reason. We'll get into some
that's like, what does it say? Like you drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. That's long.
Yeah, the resentment's like, drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. That's such a great analogy, right?
Yeah. And it is. That's literally what it is. That's why, you've got to have peace in your soul. It doesn't matter. Like, just peace and love and high vibrations in your soul. Because happiness is the bag. Like, that's what I always say. Like, yes, money can make life easier. Yes, money can make life a little bit, more fun. However, money is not the bag. Happiness is the bag. Because if money was the bag, loads of rich people wouldn't kill themselves.
Amen.
Commit suicide. Do you know what I mean? Heaven forbid. But do you know what I mean? And you see it so much, and it's ridiculous, because you think, but they're rich. But that's because money ain't the bag.
Right. Well, a lot of people get money and they chase material things. It's not. I learned my focus, Kelly, got so much more, like my worldview, I should say, got so much more open once my parents passed away. It's like, okay, now I'm the alpha dog here, so I got to figure out, these people who are under me. I'm the last barrier between them and homelessness. So I got to make sure that everything I do, at least the people I'm in charge of, the people I'm responsible for, they're taken care of, and they got a thing going. And silly material. That's why I try not to have any really good collections. I joke. I have a rule that there's nothing in the house worth over $500. I might have 35 things worth $500, but there's not one thing worth $500. There's no jewelry drawer over here. You can go through and take everything, because that kind of money, you can't take that money with you. I'd rather spend the money on experiences. And honestly, I would like to get to some point where I get a Rockefeller area and I just give away most of the, I make sure the kids are taken care of and just give away to, resources and stuff and help people out, but, so many people just I know it's easy for me to say in my house, et cetera, but there's a lot of sacrifice that goes to get someplace like this, and people never see the sacrifice. They don't see the outright, for any kind of artist, any kind of entertainment. To be an entertainer is a privilege, right? Like you gotta work, there's everybody wants to be a singer, everybody wants to be an actor, but they don't see the constant auditions, the constant rejection letters. They don't see thousands of emails sent out to, and they don't ever respond. I mean, it's so you learn to just focus on just what makes you happy, and the rest of the stuff, whatever, man, go ahead. It's not affecting me, right?
Yeah, I always say to people, when they say, "Oh, well, what advice would you give to people that want to do singing or whatever?" But I would say any kind of creative art. I would say if you're in it to be famous or to make money, it's not for you. You can only do this job if it's your true passion and your true love and your true desire, because as you said, there's going to be so much rejection, there's going to be so much downtime, there's going to be so much like low points, and you're going to be up down up down up down. And the thing is, if you don't truly love it, then it's not for you.
100%.
Leave it alone. It's not for you. Leave it alone.
And you got to be realistic about numbers too. Too many people live on a dream. They don't live on numbers. I was a business major. I know about basic statistics and numbers. If 1 million people go into something and only 4 succeed, that's not really good success rates. You got to make sure that you're willing to, you better make sure you're the best of the best if you're going into some of this stuff, right?
Make sure you're one of the 4.
Right? Yeah. My goodness gracious. All right, now let's get into this current project. All right, the choice to cover "Creep," I think is one of the most powerful songs of all time, in my opinion. This is a bold decision. I'm not gonna lie, right? So I like it. You took a risk, and the cover is covering this video. I must say to you, Kele, it's absolutely amazing. It's a great video. Now, was there any trepidation on your part covering such a big song, or is that just part of taking big risks in life?
I've been singing it a while because I have my own residency with my band every week, and this was one of the songs I added to like our repertoire, because I like you. I think it's such a beautiful, moving song, and I remember seeing Radiohead years ago on, I think it's called Raw Soup, and they were singing it, and I fell in love with the song from then. And then I listened to a few of their bits, like you do it to yourself. Like they're great musicians, but their stuff is quite melancholy, and it all has this kind of like almost sad. I don't know what the word is. but it's beautiful. So, and I've heard this song done. Like, it's obviously I'm not the first person to
Oh yeah,
cover
yeah.
the song, but I just felt like I could bring something different to it. And then when I spoke to Chris, who runs INC, for the new project, which is the album that it's on, he was like, "I'm going for this third album. I'm going for this kind of electronica sound," and I was like, "I love that idea." And then when we discussed shooting the video, which obviously now is like a short horror movie, um, first of all, we were talking about like body snatchers, and we were talking about aliens, and we're like, no, AI. And then why it became so poignant is because obviously at the moment, there's a lot of drama going on with, people using people's appearances and deep faking, using their voices on music, or not, just making up whole AI musicians who are getting signed for $1 million, So I just thought it was just really important to use this as almost like a musical political statement. And the irony is we used AI to actually do the video as well. But yeah, it's we're on a horizon. We're on a horizon. But if you watch all the movies, we know how this ends. It doesn't end well for us.
Right, right, right.
Doesn't end well for us. But you never know. The movies could have got it wrong.
All right, now I got thank you for keeping the word "fuck" in the song. I was listening to the first part. I was wondering if she's gonna sing it. I was like, yes, she did it. Because when that, to me, it's such a choice moment. That part of the song, like itself, it's just one of the most powerful. It's a powerful water if you use it properly, right? And
Yeah,
that part was
yeah.
just amazing. Now, was there any discussion to get that removed, or was that just a non-starter? Like, were you always going to keep that in there? Did somebody say, "Oh, maybe edit it," or what was the deal?
So in the first one, I say so very special. I think he says that though. Anyway, I think he says very, and then he goes to the fucking. I love fucking the word because I feel like you put it before anything and it just emphasizes it. Like it just tells you how much, like you'd be like, I fucking love popcorn. I fucking love this song. Like if I just say I love this song, it doesn't hit as hard as with the fucking before it. So I completely agree with you. I just was like, nope, fucking is staying in. We obviously have a radio edit. I haven't heard it, to be fair. I don't know if it just goes or if they just use or if they use very. I don't know.
I couldn't even tell you. I don't really listen to music on the radio at all. If I listen to radio, it's sports talk. There's a station 92.3 The Fan. I'm friends with a couple of those guys on Facebook, so I always like listen to that every now and then. But I mean, I'm not really in the because like if I'm in the car, I listen to music. It's all YouTube music. I pay for YouTube music. Why wouldn't I use it? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I couldn't. I could. And let me tell you, man, radio edits really drive me up a wall. I wish there was. This is only in my perverse world, but Kelly, I wish there was a filter where I could only have the edits with all the words as originally intended by the artist, because I hate when they edit for stuff. And I don't know why. It's just a pet peeve of mine, but I think I just appreciate the original artistry of the vision of the artist, right? I want to hear what they said. I don't want to hear some jackass fucking corporate speak, what they said. I want to hear what they said. It can make it powerful, My goodness.
Well, here we have, I don't know what you call it in America. We have Ofcom in it. So it's just like, if you have a fuck in there or a bitch or whatever, then you get 100 Middle England Karens, creating the drama. So you have to just follow the Ofcom rules.
People who wouldn't listen to your shit anyways complaining about your shit, right?
Yeah, there we go. So yeah.
All right, now did you ever get to meet any of the band Radiohead?
No, I've never met them, but anything can happen.
Right. What you need to happen is some person puts a little bit of your cut on TikTok, and then boom, 9 million views, and then the next thing you know, you're in Wembley.
Do you know what? We haven't done any TikTok edits, so that's a great idea. I'm a bit rubbish with TikTok. I'm better with Instagram, but I know Instagram isn't the one anymore. It's TikTok. But I'm just easing into. That's what I'm saying. You know what throws me with the TikTok? It's the hashtags. I never know what hashtags to use. And
I hate hashtags.
And you've got to hashtag, right? Sometimes I ask chat. I'm just like, chat, what hashtags shall I use? And they give them to me, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm on IG. I use it every now and then. If there's like a really good picture, I put it up there. But I just pretty much use it just to get a hold of people. I still haven't gotten a TikTok. A lot of the TikTok, that little boom noise that drives me up a wall, and then a lot of it. And I know they do probably fix the algorithm to what you want, but group dances and stuff. I can't, man. I just can't look at that. I'm too old for that stuff. I don't want to look at anybody.
During lockdown, I did succumb to a couple TikTok dance challenges, but we all had time on our hands then, innit? We actually had
100%.
time to do shit like that. Yeah.
All right, now the lyrics. I want a perfect body, want a perfect soul. Now, like I saw you talk about Instagram. I seen your Instagram. Now you have the perfect body. Now how's your soul?
Oh, my soul is a work in progress, but I think she's good.
Okay.
It's
Now
all
what?
a work in progress, to be honest.
100. Yeah, this is what Lep is saying. Yeah, the For You page, the FYP, all the FYP hashtags. Everybody's. But and it's weird because like I had this guy. If you heard the song, "Whoop, there it is" by Tag Team. I had the one guy on
Yeah,
DC Glenn, and he's
yeah.
like, "Use these hashtags for the video," and I put him on the video, and then I got to thinking afterwards. I'm like, every interview this guy does, he tells them to do the same hashtags, probably, right? So how is my hashtags going to differentiate from any of the other 1,000 hashtags? You know, if it says hashtag cupcakes, hashtag tag team, that's going to be on every interview he does. So I thought back, that's why I don't really use hashtags. I don't, and does it limit me a little bit? Probably, I don't know. But if I put hashtag YouTube interview or hashtag clip, what, I get one more view? I mean, who really? I always use the standard, Kelly. If it's not something I don't do myself, I don't do it. You know, I've never like clicked on an end card or a video or I just don't do it. So why would I do that to, you know, bore people? You know, I'm up here. This is a hobby. This is fun for me. I'm going to do it my way. And then at the end of the day, if somebody likes it, they're going to like it. And I know that's a weird thing because that limits like your profit, but I'd rather have fun with a bunch of people, lovely people like yourself and the people in the chat, as opposed to, you know, doing some jackass hit piece where I, you know, make an extra 25 cents. That's just not the way it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That circles back to where if you're getting any kind of entertainment, do it for fun. Don't do it for a business. Do I do
Yeah,
it for a
no,
business?
it's true.
You know?
It's true. That's why I don't have an OnlyFans. Because I'm like, can't be asked. I
Right,
don't
right.
do it for the money. Can't be asked.
Well, I mean, OnlyFans is one of those things. It's like it's good in concept, but I mean, it's like I can't imagine you have to have a very, very big confidence level because I see what some of these people say about people and they get so
Oh
unnecessarily
no, I was
hurtful.
just gonna do something like my feet, you know, like just show my feet and then have feet parties with my friends. But the thing is, it's just you've got to be constant. If you want people to subscribe to it, then you've just got to be churning. I don't have that amount of time and effort to do that. Or maybe we pre-record for a week and then we just release it slowly. But yeah, that's what I had this idea. I was like, we don't have to show our faces. We just have feet parties. We get someone to come around and give us pedicures, and then we just dance around with our feet. Someone will be into that. You know, there's some kinky people out there.
There's some freakazoids out there, but what I've gathered is a lot of these people who are really big freaks, they're broke. They're broke as fuck. That's probably why they're freaks because they get no money.
Yeah, if they had the money, they'd have lived the freakiness out. Yeah, for real.
Right. Well, I mean, and a lot of it too. Like, if I knew somebody who did something like that, and like they start out with the feet, but then they're like, oh, I can get her to do stuff for money, so I'm gonna get her to do other stuff, and it gets progressively creepier. You know what I mean? It's like and this is me talking. I don't know. I've never paid
Yeah,
anybody for
no,
their
and
feet.
I hear
Feet are
that. I
fine.
think if you go on there and you're doing sexual stuff, then you're right. You get the requests, and then before you know it, you're doing porn. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Because it can happen. It's like a gateway, isn't it? Like into soft porn, and then before you know it, you're doing porn. Yeah, so I get it. I get that. But I was literally like, let's just do our feet.
Right. And let me tell you, I don't have there's a lot of things I don't have for porn, but you know, one of them is it's just not happening. That I don't I don't know many people who've done porn, to be honest with you, but like from what I've over the years, just watching people, reading articles, shit like that, most people who do porn are either mentally ill or on drugs, or I don't know. I'm not saying, I mean, there's a place for it, but all these people with we should ban porn. I'm not necessarily saying we should ban it because there's freedom of expression issues,
Yeah.
but highly
There's some there's
regulated.
some there's some trauma there that they haven't
There
worked
is.
through, and they're fucking through it.
There
Yeah.
is. There is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of human trafficking issues. A lot of people are probably immune to right now, which is probably sad, but that's life. Well, I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually. Now what kind of, stay in shape? We all like to stay in shape. What's your workout regimen? What kind of stuff do you eat on a day to day?
So I eat quite clean, to be honest. So a lot of fish, turkey, chicken, vegetables. And I just did like a big training program before my 50th birthday. So I've been really disciplined for the past few months now, probably about 6, 7 months. I'm not back on it, but I'm not off it. So I try and eat quite clean, quite. The good thing is though, you can eat a lot. Like so, you can eat
Oh
a
yeah.
lot, but it's just got to be clean. Do you know what I mean? And I eat a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of protein for muscle gain, but and I weight train basically.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I always tell
yeah,
people, yeah, you gotta find a vegetable you like and just eat the crap out. That's me with carrots and blueberries. I eat tons. I'm actually after this is done, I'm gonna get a big ass plate of blueberries and carrots because I'm hungry.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
put
you got
carrot salad is like banging. Like I've got a, do you know like the dressing that you put on? Do you ever had Korean barbecue and they've got the
yes.
salad dressing?
Oh yeah.
So it's like a ginger, a garlic, a honey, soy sauce, a bit of rice white wine vinegar, a bit of sesame oil, sesame seeds, chili flakes. It will rock your world. Just put that on your carrots. I shred my carrots. It will rock your world.
Ooh, I like it.
I promise you, rock your world. If you've been on my Instagram, the recipe's on there. You can check it out. It will rock your world. And when you try it, tell me how you felt about it.
I will. I will. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to connect to Instagram because we're definitely gonna reconnect after this. And if
Yes.
there's anything going on online, 100%. You were an awesome, lovely person. Lovely. All right.
Thank you.
Did now you said before the show I was saying I smoke weed and you say you don't smoke weed.
No,
No,
I used to years ago though.
okay, that's good. That's good. Now,
Yeah.
is there any kind of sinful things you do? I mean, is there any kind of booze or anything? What the whole you don't drink, you don't smoke. What do you do? Is there
I
any kind of
watch
thing?
porn. I watch porn sometimes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. That's
What?
it. There's nothing I really do. I drink occasionally, but I'm not like a big drinker. I don't do any drugs. I'm just like, I don't even drink caffeine because it gives me palpitations.
It does. In a world like where we wouldn't have to drink coffee, but it's like, I mean, I got that. I mean, ideally, I probably will wean off the coffee and just have water and weed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know because it's like I really enjoy the smoke. I do the smell of it. Everything else is intoxicating. It really is. But I mean,
It's
if
not.
I'm
I
gonna,
used to feel that way about smoking, and I loved buzzing, and I could never imagine not smoking. And now I don't smoke. I think it stinks.
well, you have to get some of the yeah. I mean, I mean, I get like that because like when sometimes cigarettes, if you're on cigarette smells. That's probably the only smell that's like okay, but it's weird because like it's not with that with all cigarettes. Like there's some cigarettes I don't mind the smell. Other ones I'm like get that out of
But
my
even
face.
some people that only smoke weed, then they get that this musky smell about them, like an old man smell, like a musky old man.
That's why I mean, I always get this spray deodorant. I try to do
Yeah,
my best. So it's
yeah.
like probably like a combo with
But
me.
then also as well, then you've got smoker's breath and smoker's teeth. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I try. I have remedies for a lot of stuff. I carry this bad boy in my pocket, this little Listerine spray thing. I'm constantly.
I
So I
can't.
got. I'm obsessed.
I
Oh.
think back and I just think when I used to smoke, I must like, yes, you stink, man. You stink.
Oh, we got somebody in the chat. Denny says Kelly looks really good.
Thank you, Danny.
And Susie says 100% Denny. She's a stunner.
Oh, thank you. Thank
And
you.
and they're both concurring on your beauty, which is awesome.
Oh,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Now the part of the video when you're walking in the heels. All right. Click.
Yeah.
Click. Click. Now, boom! Huge explosion right behind you. Right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. For one, brilliant scene. Right. All right, but two questions. Was there any military inspiration behind some of this? Because like with the click, 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 they reminded me of basic training when like the drill instructor would come up and and then they come up to you, click, and then they get your face and start yelling. And it was ironic because like that was a part of the song where you're yelling. Was there any kind of military inspiration for that, or is that just coincidence?
No, did they really do? I thought they just did that in the movies. They do that in real life when you're.
Oh yeah, they put these little taps in their boots and click, 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 so that way the trainees get all intimidated.
Really?
Your internals
How
hear the sound.
evil.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
evil, isn't it? Do you get PTSD from that?
You can. There's a lot of people free. That's how they weed out a lot of troops. If you can't deal with that kind of stuff, you're not military worthy. Yeah.
No, there's nothing to do with the military there. It was just, her like almost her sinister because she's now the AI, right? So then that's like she's just walking off being sinister and just like, yeah, that's what that was.
Hell yeah.
And even she walks a bit different as well. Like she's a bit like evil cat lady.
Oh yeah. Now when it comes to heels, like I've always been fascinated with heels because they look really painful. Like, is that some part of life? Like, do you wear them beyond formal occasions?
No, God, no. I
Okay.
think when I was younger, I would suffer and wear them. Now I'm older. No, even at work, like my event, like my residency that I do, in the first half, I will wear heels. The second half, I'll put some pretty flat sandals on because I'm like, no. No. And the mad thing is, everyone I know that lives in heels, they've all got bunions. Their big toes crossing over their other two toes. It's like, I'm not suffering that fate. God, no. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
heels are
So
like the work. They're like work boots for chicks, right? It's
who made them point like our toes don't point like that?
right,
Who
right.
did
Like
that?
it's
Like,
and I know there's some guys who may like to. I've asked this question on Facebook many
yeah.
years ago, and some guys are like, "Oh, it makes their asses look bigger," but I'm like, dude, I'd rather see a chick not in pain and than walking around, on
Yeah.
tiptoes.
I
Like,
mean,
and
it does, when you wear heels, it does elongate the leg and it does engage the muscles so they look more toned and lengthy. And I get that. And yes, but no.
yeah, I would. So we're all
Yeah,
on. I mean, you never see go to the Walmart, go to the store, go to the Asda, go to the whatever. You're never seeing
yeah.
people walking the heels. Nobody ever goes shopping at heels. Yeah, I mean,
I
you never
mean,
see that shit.
some people do. Some people do, but that, power to them. But am I that type of woman? No, I'm not. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
All right, now the Ferrari at the end of the video. Now, are you going to be doing an alternate version for some people in America who maybe not understand that you guys driving the other side of the road, where you get in the other side of the car?
No. I mean, what we could do, which would be really straightforward, is just flip it, right?
Right, just do reverse image. Just have the UK version, American split here,
Yeah,
British split
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, did you drive this car in real life? If not, or I mean, is this just a rental? You don't drive a Ferrari in real life, do you?
It's my friend's car,
Okay.
and yes, I did drive it with trepidation, but I did drive it. I did.
Okay.
It's such a powerful car that when you're driving it slowly, it's almost like it fights with you, like it wants to go, it wants to go.
Mhm.
So it was really hard to drive it slowly because it wants to let rip, and then I didn't want to let it rip because I was like, I'm going to crash into the wall. So
I can't. I'm tall. How tall are you? 5'8", 5'6"? How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6". Okay, I'm 6'3", so like I can't fit in those kind of cars because they're like built for people under 5'10". I don't know why they do that. I mean, I'm sure they could get an
You're
adjusted version, but
6'3".
yeah.
So did they try and make you play basketball?
I was kind of awkward, so like I didn't really move in the basketball court. I played football. I was a bigger guy, so I played line, like
Mm.
the American football, as you guys call it. But they never really root me onto the basketball court too much.
Are you are you are you Native American?
No, I'm white. I'm white. It's
Oh, are ya? Do you get
yeah.
that a lot then?
Oh, that's just my beard. If you look at me without the beard, it's it makes me look. But yeah, yeah. But I also went to school. We had a guy that played the NBA on our
Mm.
basketball team. So even if I was good, it would have been rough because we had some gamers at that school, Central Catholic, back in the mid-90s. I mean, there's a guy named Earl Boykins. If you're a basketball fan, he was the shortest guy ever, second shortest guy ever to play in the NBA. Muggsy Bogues was 5'3", Earl Boykins was 5'5", and he
5'3". Wow.
yeah, they
That is shorter
dominated. He
than
went.
me. And then against these, because I don't know, I think sometimes I think it's the food in America because it's full of all these additives that you just grow like giants.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's a combination of the food additives and women over here. I don't remember this when I was little. Like when I was in high school, I was a little awkward. There wasn't, oh, tall guys are hot. Nowadays, it seems at some point, a lot of women in America decided to only date guys over 6'3" or 6 foot, whatever it is. And my goodness, some of these, I look around at, like I go to the game yesterday, the Browns game. I look around and I'm tall. And if I look up and I got to look up at you, you're a big dude. That's a tall son of a
Yeah.
bitch, man.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
if I go to church, it's been a minute since I've been to church, but next time you're at church, any kind of crowd, look around at the families, look around the guys who are dads. They're all trees, man. They're so huge. They're ridiculous. Oh, we
Yeah,
got a
like
question.
6'7", like 6'7", aren't they? Like huge, yeah.
6'7". We got a question from Angie. This is a good one. What advice can you give a 56-year-old confident woman who is rebranding herself?
What advice? Rebranding yourself how? What do you do, Angie?
Angie does no, but she's an artist by nature, is her trade. Yeah, expand on the question, Angie, so we can get some clarity. But yeah, in terms of like, what are you asking on the rebrand stuff? And we'll get into it for sure. She says tall guys are hot.
They are, I know. But you know what I think? I think if you met a really cool, shorter guy and he was funny and engaging, his height wouldn't matter.
100%. It's got to be the right scenario too. And
Yeah, but
a
I
lot
think
of
when it's
guys.
on paper,
Mhm.
it's going to be like if you're on a dating site and you're swiping, you're going to see 5'6" and you're like, no. But if you met that guy in real life, he actually might rock your world. And I think that's the thing about dating, like dating sites, it does them a disservice.
It does. Well, it one. I mean, no offense to people who are dating apps, it is what it is. But if you're on a dating app, you're meeting people who are typically too awkward to meet people in real life. So
I'm on a dating app. I'm on 3 dating apps.
3 dating apps. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm not awkward to meet people. I just feel like you've got to be in it to win it. So if I'm not meeting them in real life, then how else can I meet them? So I'm
Well,
like,
a
all
lot,
right.
I've in well, a lot of it's numbers. I mean, and this is a weird thing. The older we get, I'm not calling us old, but the older you get, the more guys tend, the smaller the pool of guys who are like actually single. Just it's minute. It
Yeah.
really is. Like people. I have some female friends. They're like, oh, hook me up with one of your guy friends. I'm like, I mean, I don't really have anybody, man. It's every. I mean, everybody's there's if there's somebody living with their parents, there's something to where it's like, okay,
You
I'm
know
not
that you'll be like, because I'm like that with my friends. I'm like, if I wouldn't date that guy, you're not dating him. So it's like, no, he's a bum. No.
right. So it ends up
Yeah.
being like you have big groups of friends, and it's almost like a waiting game. Once one of those guys gets divorced, I'll probably hook up. That's they say. That seems how it is with a lot of it, because like the amount of desire, and that's no fault of the guys. I think a lot of that's social media based. I think it all circles back to if we cut off social media and just met people in real life. Back in the day, your dating pool was whoever was down the street from you. That was it. you
That was
know.
But that the reason why I date is online is because you got to be in it to win it. And like, for example, like you might meet someone in a different country that you would never bump into here anywhere, and then that could be your husband.
Right. You never
Yeah.
know, man. Life could just come at it, and life is about timing too. Like attraction could be anywhere. I mean,
Mhm.
attractive people have attractive body types. I like boobs, I like butts, I like tall guys over. But
Yeah.
like, it's all about timing. It really is. I
Yeah.
mean, if you study, if you look at a lot of your friends who are married, look at a lot of friends over the years. A lot of them did it at work. I have so many people got married at work. It was almost mind boggling. Like in my office at the VA downtown, there's probably 20, 30 couples just all with the same last name just because they met at work and got married. It's all about proximity and timing, man. That's all it is with some of this dating.
See, when you're self-employed, where are you going to meet someone?
Right. It's all numbers. You got to go work in an office half the time.
Bro, I'm everywhere. Like I travel the world, but I think and most of the time I'm in a club or a festival or that type of environment. Not to say you can't meet someone there, but then it just becomes weird, I think, because and that's another reason why I like online dating, because people might not necessarily know they might know my music, but they don't know what I look like. Do you know what I mean? They might know
Right.
my name, but they don't know what I look like. To have that bit of anonymity, you know the word I'm saying.
Anonymity. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, anonymity. So, but when I'm on stage, then and if someone was to come up to me after I came off stage, I would just think it was weird. Like, because you're not sure as well. You're not sure if people genuinely like you for you, if they just like you because they saw you on stage, if they just want to fuck you, if they want to just, like, guess who I fucked? Or, do you know what I mean? You don't know their intentions. And, so I steer away from those sort of interactions after I've been at work, to be fair.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, what I found too is that if you find people at least I don't know how it is over there, but in the States, like I have my friend Sue, for example, she's single, and like a lot of her friends are single, so they all hang out in the big group. You know what I mean? So they tend to but then again, that's all women though. That is, I don't know. I think a lot of it's such a it's just an interesting dynamic. It's just not how it's changed. Social media's changed so much of it. It really has. I think a lot of people they want to get that partner, that right partner, and feel right. But then I don't know. Like you say, it's so hard to build a genuine connection because people got so many ulterior motives. They do. They want. Oh, I want to use this person for this. Use this person for that, and then it's like it's hard to find that just genuine connection, like just really connect. Like every moment I got with this person, I want to look at him and wake up and smile at Oh, that's great, isn't it? Man,
Yeah,
that's
and
hard
you,
to
and you
find.
also they've got to like tick certain boxes, but you've also got to fancy the pants of them. Do you know what I mean? So it's just hard. I
It,
mean,
it,
it's
it,
not impossible, but that's why I'm single.
right. You gotta. Yeah, I never even asked you. That's awesome. Well, I mean, it's not awesome. It's one good for you. You got to know your work. You do. You can't. I mean, I'm not sitting here giving people advice. I mean, I'm the last person to give anybody advice on any kind of thing like that.
I'm
But I mean,
happily single though. That's the thing.
right.
I am happy. I have a
Circle
really
back.
full
Happy. That's the
life.
key word, right?
Yeah,
Happy.
I'm happy.
Happiness is all a state of mind,
Happiness is
man.
the bag.
It is. Yeah, I got a cousin, man. He was born with some kind of thing, and he's in a chair, and he has assist and stuff. But he's always messaged me. I just talked to him. He's also just like we did when we were little and have fun. But he's always happy. And I'm
Good.
thinking, this
Good.
guy, this guy's in a wheelchair. He probably never get out of his wheelchair. He's 40 years in this thing. He's the happiest person you'll ever see in your life. If somebody like that could be happy, I have no excuse as a person
Yes,
who.
I love that he's empowered himself in that way, because he could be, oh, woe is me. But also, do you know what I think is really inspirational when you see like the Paralympics and you see people that, don't have two legs or don't have one arm, and they're just doing amazing things, and they're achieving like world records and stuff. And you're like, yeah, I don't have no bloody excuses.
100%. Right. I'll see that at the VA. They have the I don't want to. I don't know exactly what it's called. I don't, maybe amputee game, something like that. But they have that kind of stuff, and I'll see people. I'm not gonna say I don't work out at all. I'm probably lazy with it, but I see people who they got entire guns. There's a guy in a wheelchair. I get that but they'll have gun muscles up to here, and complete six packs in here. It's like,
Yeah.
This guy's doing this, and he doesn't have no legs. And what's my fucking excuse? Why am I so lazy? You know what I mean?
You said it. I didn't say it. You said it.
I fully admit to being lazy, but a lot of my focus at the end of the day, Kelly, we only got so much life energy. So like, being a dad, having a family, putting all the energy, working full time. And then, I put a lot of my free time into YouTube. So it's like a lot of the back end stuff, working out, but that's an excuse. It's all at the end of the day.
It's an excuse. You know what I realized is that is like the secret to health, like to longevity. It's just there's two things. It's muscle tone and stretching.
Stretching so key. Oh my goodness.
Stretching, like you miss stretch. You should at the very least you should stretch.
I do. I used to do when I back in 2000. I'll tell you a story. Well, 2 years before I was getting ready to retire out of the service, out of the Air Guard, it was 2013. They were like, I failed like 3 PT tests in a row. Like, you fail one more, you're going to boot you. And I wouldn't get any retirement, any of the benefits. That would really suck. So I was like, you know what? This is all excuses. I'm going to buckle down. So I got a pedal bike, and I biked to work every day. 13 miles there, 13 miles back. And I was doing this exercise program called Insanity by Beachbody.
Shaun T. I love Shaun T. Yeah.
Yeah, Shaun T. And man, the stretches on that felt so good. I really just need to watch the stretching part and just do that at least. My goodness, that felt good.
No, let's get back onto Insanity. He does one called, I've got one called T25, and it's 25 minutes a day of insanity, but just 25 minutes.
Yes, I remember that one. That was about the time I quit with the beat, because after that, I think they quit away with the DVDs. But I remember we used to have to buy the little DVDs and put them in there.
Yeah, I've still got my DVDs. And the first one I ever bought was Slim in 6. Because it's beachbody.com in it. Yeah, Slim in 6 with Debbie Siebers. Yeah, I've got that.
We had we had the hip hop apps. We did that one at work.
Do you know what? I saw that one online. Yeah, that's when I realized he was gay.
Oh yeah.
Hip hop apps. I was like, Shaun T.
Well, it's funny because the first one was actually Insanity, because my buddy had a burnt copy in the desert, so we did that in Iraq back in 2011, and he was very manly in that. It's whatever.
You
see him up there, and he'd be pinching the girl's body and sides, and the guy. And my one buddy was like, "Man, if my wife had that," and then once you watch the T25 and you see that his boyfriend's in the video, okay,
yeah. Which his husband now, Scott. Yeah, his husband Scott. Right. They got kids and everything. They're cute, actually.
Yeah, those guys are cut, man. I wish I could get cut like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, because he just competed. I don't know what competition he did, but he just competed in something. So he's really big and really hench now. Like, he's just, he loves a challenge.
Hell yeah. All right, we got some questions here. Bear with me. I think we had Angie follow it up. She said,
okay, Angie, let's do you.
All right, she said, I'm an online influencer and very interested in burlesque, real talk for women. Help women find their confidence, sexiness, loving themselves. She's recently divorced, so she's basically trying to get back in that groove kind of thing.
I see. I think anything that's going to make you feel good about yourself, Angie. And if I've actually hosted a few burlesque shows. Actually, it's a brand called Burlex, and then we used to do another one with boys called Boylex. So you can find it online actually as well. If you hit me up on Insta, I can tag you in it. But yeah, I think anything that's going to make you feel good about yourself. So if that's doing burlesque, if that's going to the gym, if that's doing an aerobics class, if that's doing Pilates, yoga, anything that's going to make you feel good about yourself and feel sexy and feel feminine. Because I think when you go, not that I've ever been married, but I've been in relationships and broke up. I think you really then have to just give back to yourself.
Oh yeah. Well, that whole
Yeah,
the one line, you got to love yourself before you ever love me. I mean,
that's right. You got to put on your own mask before you put on anyone else's.
well, and thank you. So many people, I get in that argument so many times with people. A lot of times it's people who've never been in a plane. They don't know how flying works. But
Right.
for those who know what we're talking about, when you're on a plane, the instructions say if you have a kid in front of you, put on your mask before they put on theirs, and that's what you
Yes.
have to do. It's a great allegory for living life. Because if
Yes.
you're all broken and you're all fucked up and you're an
Yeah.
idiot,
How you
you're
gonna
not
give
there
to anyone?
mentally, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm not there physically, mentally, how am I going to be there for the family? I mean, those
Yeah.
guys look up to me as a role model, as a provider, as somebody who
Yeah.
needs to take care of business. If I'm all over the place, they're going to be even more fucked up than that. They
And also,
really are.
on a like common sense physical tip, if you don't put your mask on first and you end up, heaven forbid, dying, who's going to take care of your kid? So
Right?
that's why you've got to put your mask on first, so then you can take care of the kid. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I was just catching up on the thing here. Oh,
Um,
Lep says, if I was single, I would definitely lust over you, Kelly.
you can lust over me and not be single. I'm
That's
looking for
very
a
true.
husband, not lust.
That's very true. It's dirty thoughts don't necessarily always equate to dirty actions. You could have lustful, sexy
Mm.
thoughts and they never act on it. But then, it's just fun, right? All right, so let's get to we always close it with some silly questions. Let's have some fun here. What kind of dishwashing detergent do you use?
I use like an organic, natural one, like a non-toxic one. That's good for the environment, good for your hands, that kind of one.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I don't think ours. We use Dawn, and I mean, I don't really. I wash the dishes probably like 30% of the time. Half
yeah.
the time she gets cranky. She's like, I don't know where to put them. I'm like, I know where the dishes go, bro.
You see, but when I used to use normal, like, because you've got Fairy Liquid, or is Dawn your version of Fairy Liquid?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, like here, back in the day, they used to say that that makes your hands soft, and it was made like literally, it would make my hands peel, and then I would have to wear gloves. And I have a dishwasher, but I wash my dishes by hand because it's just me. There's no point me filling up a dishwasher, so I just wash.
Same way. I
Yeah,
don't, and it's weird because I could by now because when we moved in, there was a dishwasher in there, but it was like old and it didn't work. So now we just use it for storage because like it's so much easier to wash by hand. It really is. Because like if you wash the dishwasher, yeah, maybe if it gets it super extra double clean or whatever. But like
yeah,
you gotta wash the damn thing before you even put it in there. I'll just take the
yeah.
extra 2 steps and finish the thing and just let it dry and just use it from
Just
there.
wash your dishes, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I use for that reason. Also as well with my like my clothing, I use like an organic, all natural thing for my clothing, and organic, all natural like conditioner as well for my clothing, because they say about all those endocrine disruptors and all stuff like that, and they're carcinogens and all that. So I'm just trying to clean up my lifestyle a lot more, because there's a Jamaican song and it says 6 million ways to die, choose one. And literally right now we're living in such a toxic society, so any way I can detoxify myself a little bit, I'm attempting to do that.
It is. I mean, the clean living and it literally is just a lot of common sense, right? It's just a lot of
Yeah.
willpower, right? Like, I mean,
Well, I'm fasting today. I fast every Monday, so from Sunday after dinner to Tuesday lunchtime, I don't eat, I just drink water.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't eaten yet, but like I said, I'm about to smash some blueberries, and it's actually getting close to lunchtime. I might make me a ham and cheese sandwich. I love
Oh,
bread
what time
too.
is it there? It's 4 in the afternoon here.
It's 11:08 here,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, we're -5 from GMT, and I've built it into my head because I talked to because Michael, your agent there, I get so many guests from him. Back in 2001, I had on Right Said Fred, and he was the agent, so I got on his mailing list, and half the people, I mean, sometimes it's like it's not apropos, but anything like in the rock realm or R&B or reggae or whatever, I'll usually reach out and send them a message, see if I can get them on, because like I mean, some of them are like classical singers. There's nothing I can do. Not that there's not a niche for that, but like we're a party show. You know what I mean? It's
Mm,
I,
mm, mm, mm.
you know how it is. I'd
Yeah.
rather jam on the beach with the reggae and smoke a bunch of weed as opposed to get dressed up in a tuxedo and go sit in some fucking stuffy hall. That's just the way I am.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Rock and roll. Oh, we had a question in the chat from Mr. B. Rob. He says, Kelly, are you an I am a celebrity fan? And who do you want to win?
What
Oh,
is
I'm a
I
celebrity.
am?
The show's called I'm a Celebrity. Are you a
Oh,
fan?
I was like, what is I am? Do you know what? I don't have a TV. So
She was
anything that I choose to watch, I watch online. So yeah, I don't actually have a TV. So no, I would say no. I know what the show is, obviously, but I don't even know who's in there right now.
Yeah. So what you're telling us is that you don't have to worry about paying that BBC TV license every year.
No, I do not pay it. I do not pay it.
That's what I've gathered. You know, I listen a lot because the Brits tend to, a lot of my British friends tend to bitch a lot. You know, it is what it is. But that's one of their top 5 gripes, I would say, is that stupid TV license. Like, why are they still charging this thing, man? It's crazy.
I know, it's absolutely ridiculous, especially if you've got like a subscription to some kind of like Sky TV, and then Sky TV has BBC on it, but you're paying Sky to watch BBC on as part of their package, and Sky obviously pays BBC to use them as part of their package. So why am I paying the BBC twice?
Exactly.
But yeah,
What
no,
are we doing?
I don't have Sky. I've got a projector, and then I've got a Fire Stick. So if I want to watch anything online, like like movies and stuff, I can find them online. But I don't actually have a TV subscription, and I don't have a TV.
I got all the apps. I got everything. The way I look at it, I got enough. I mean, I'd rather, because if I go out and do something, right, that's $60. It's $60
Yeah.
long. You know, so one night of me going out, I just pay for all the apps, so I get them all, Paramount and HBO and all that happy stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. That if you pay for every single one of them, there's so many, so many.
It is. It is quite a bit. It is.
So many. Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I look back on my. It was funny. I was just going through old emails one day. I saw a DirecTV bill, and I was looking at what I was paying per month for DirecTV with all the add-ons. I mean, it was $150, $180. I mean, it was getting to the point where it's about the same kind of. And I mean, what pisses me off though, Kelly, is like the quality of stuff. I mean, you can still find some stuff, but man, go to the movies right now. Go to movies right now. I bet you 8 or 9 of those movies, 10 movies in that theater are probably remakes or a reboot, or you know,
I miss going to the movies. Like before, there used to be a good movie on like consistently, and now there just isn't. Like I struggle because I like near where I live, near the O2. There's it's called 4DX. Do you have that in Ohio?
Yeah, we got the theaters like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like when all the chair moves and the wind and the water and the rain and the like, it's amazing. So I like to go and watch action movies in 4DX. And I used to go probably once every few weeks. Now, once every few months, if there's no good movies on.
Oh yeah. I go to
the internet and all the piracy. Is it us? Are we the problem?
Well, I mean, I'll still go to a movie if it's of an experience. Usually it's with the kids. My son really liked Sonic, the Sonic movie. He liked that, and then we went and saw the Mario Brothers movie, and the Barbie movie was okay. It was all right. And then there was
I didn't love the Barbie movie.
It was serviceable. It wasn't the best. I thought it was too
I was really disappointed in it. I was like, I don't love it. I didn't love it. I'm a Marvel fan. I love a bit of Marvel.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the last one I saw was the Endgame, I think, 2019. After that,
yeah, my projector is a 3D projector. So I've got all like my favorite Marvel movies on 3D.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, which is cool. Yeah.
I miss 3D. Well, I mean, can't say I miss it because I never really used it, but I remember it because I remember the ESPN. This is sports channel over here. It's like BBC Sport over there. They used to have a ESPN 3D, and then we had it for like a year, and they just shut it down. I think it's always been a dream. They wanted to, because if you remember the movie Total Recall, when she presses the button, the big hologram comes out, and she's playing tennis.
Yeah.
Playing tennis.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, like, are we going to get that at some point? I mean, it's got to be here, because like you go to I mean, I don't know how it is over there with the TV prices, but like they're at the Walmart here. We was at the Walmart the other day. They was unloading this pallet of 50-inch TVs for like $128. I'm like, how much cheaper can these things get?
That's really cheap.
Right. They had stacks and stacks of them. All right, we got a question from Susie. She says, I love Marvel. Who's your favorite Marvel hero?
Tell her to guess.
Guess. All right, let's see. Definitely not the Hulk, maybe. The Hulk?
I'll give you a clue. He doesn't have any superpowers.
Batman? Batman then?
No.
Okay. Is it a male?
One more go. Batman isn't Marvel anyway. Batman's DC.
I'm not a comic book dork, so I don't. Susie says Black Panther.
No, it's Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay, Morton Downey Jr.
love Iron Man.
I like that song Iron Man. But the school I went to was called Cleveland Central. Their mascot was the Iron Man, because like there's a lot of steel mills around here. I always thought we had the coolest little, because the mascot was like a muscle guy. He had a little hard hat with the little sledgehammer on it. It was a really cool looking logo. Tony Stark. Yeah.
Tony Stark. But I love I love the guy that plays him like as well. I just think he's just phenomenal.
Morton
Like,
Downey Jr. is a great actor.
yeah, and when he was younger, like he's just evolved into himself. Like he's a real sexy older dude. Like, yeah, he's in his prime. I love him as
He overcame. I
Iron
mean,
Man.
you remember back in the day, he had serious drug issues.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
loads of drug issues and loads of drama going on, and
Mm-hmm.
just yeah, he just.
I
Do you remember
overcame
him?
that
Was
too.
it what was the film that he was in? And he was the bully. What was that one? Was it
Oh, jeez.
was it Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
That was Charlie Sheen was the bully. Yeah, that was Sheen.
Oh, was it Weird Science that he was the bully? What was
I
he the
think
bully
so.
in?
Yeah. I'd have to look.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, but yeah, I
yeah.
my
Check
favorite.
me age, yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever have a favorite. Batman would probably be mine just because of the toys, but even then, it would be rough to because like he lives in New York, and I love New York. I like visiting there. But I guess if you were a billionaire, it'd be a lot better. But then even
You know
then,
what it is about Batman? Batman just needs counseling.
he does. Yeah. Well, I mean, you
Just
see your
needs
parents.
counseling. Like I just every time like you see a new version of him as well, he's just always so just sad and just depressing. Just get counseling, babes.
Well, he's a good example. We were talking about earlier about money. I mean, this guy's a
Yeah.
billionaire, and he's never happy. He's out there compensating. I mean, he gets his parents murdered, right? And he's
Yeah,
compensating
he
by
just
fighting
never
crime.
got over it. And I'm just like, just get counseling, babes. Just
Right,
just get
right. My
counseling.
goodness, my goodness.
I mean, it won't happen overnight, but just start now. You can kill all the villains you want. Just get counseling.
It'd be a great there with all the way people do comic books. I guarantee there's got to be somebody who probably did a Batman Goes to Counseling sketch on YouTube. There's no way. It's too easy.
Do you know what? If they haven't, maybe I should use AI and do it.
Yeah. All right, back to some silly questions here. How long could you sit in a library and do nothing before you just fell asleep?
I'm not allowed to read a book.
Not all. You're sitting in a chair. How long would it take you before you fell asleep?
Oh, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's about me. I'm probably about 5-10 minutes, depending on how comfy that chair is. That's
Yeah.
if
If
you
it's
want
a
to know
sofa, yeah, just curl up, go to sleep.
the best way to sleep. Here's how you do it. If you get paid to do something at night, all right, you'll 100% sleep if you just sit in a chair. Just get paid to do something at night and fall asleep, and then quit the job afterwards. You'll get the best sleep you ever had. For some reason, if you're getting paid to do something at night and you fall asleep, you will 100% fall asleep all the time. I did that all the time as a security guard. I would just put my feet up. If alarm went off, I'd hit the button, but my goodness gracious, it's impossible. It isn't, and I don't care who you can say all you want, unless you're caffeined up and properly rested, you get 9-10 hours of sleep a night. If you're a security guard and working a night shift, especially, it's next to impossible to not fall
Not
asleep.
fall asleep, yeah.
100%.
But also, it's your circadian rhythm. When the sun goes down, your body releases serotonin. It's like go to bed now.
It is. It's working at night, and I know some people have no choice. You know, is what it is. A lot of people work night shift for the premium, but working at night is just not healthy. Short term, you can get away with it, but man, do that for 15-20 years, you're just no way. All right, it says, this is a good question from my brother Mick, my good buddy Mick. I was hanging out with him in Tottenham. There, he walked to the game with me. There's a lot of walking in London, right? My goodness, I got in good shape over it. Well, it's it's good. What makes me laugh because like people are like, "What did you eat when you were over there?" And I was like, I kind of really didn't eat. And let me explain. Because like when we first got there, Mick was waiting. We were staying at this place called the Fountain, this little rinky-dink hotel. And he met me there, and he had gotten there. I told him because my plane landed like 11 or something, 11:30, and I was like, "All right, meet me there about 12." You know, I'll get. But it took me a while to figure out the underground stuff. And let me tell you, the London Underground is way more efficient once you know how to use it, and it's way better than here in New York. I'd say that. But
it's less crazy, isn't it? Like all the numbers and all that, I didn't understand in New York. But in England, it's literally like a map, and where they touch, you can just get it and change there. They don't have this different trains running on the same lines going to completely different places. We don't do that.
Right, it's beautiful. But so me and Mick was over there, and we walk. You walk everywhere. It was because he has slight MS, so he walks with the cane. But like he would get cabs certain, but they man, it's not like you. In New York, you just wave your can up. If there's 5 cabs going to hit you up, it's not. I did find this Pete's taxi service we called and worked out a little bit, but I walked. But back to
Uber is going to be your friend. Black cabs, no.
Back to the why I didn't is like because when we first got there, we just the bars right there at the hotels. We just started pounding beers, and I don't really drink over here. The wife didn't even know I drink over there, so it's like I'm here pounding beers, right? And I'm a loud ass American, so of course we're gonna have fun with the band, and we just all night, man. I did shots. That's a minute since I've done shots. I'm not a shots guy. So we wake up the next day, Mick's completely blasted, hungover. I'm fucking half hungover. He didn't do anything, and we didn't eat nothing all night. All I did was drink. And we get up in the morning, hear the dog, I go to the coffee shop. I get me some coffee and a couple beers, and I'm hit party back on. So I partied that whole night. Didn't really eat that day. Mick couldn't
Oh
eat
wow,
anything.
you're lucky you didn't collapse.
I know. And we had the game next day. We went to the Browns game that next day. We were just sitting there, just like sweating, just because we had to walk like 3 miles to get there. And yeah, boy, no food. No, I didn't barely eat maybe 1 or 2 meals. It's the whole 5 days I was in London there. But back to Mick's question. He asks, would you go into a show like Celebrity Jungle? Or would you do any of those kind of food challenges? Basically, I think, if somebody came to you like, hey, be on this reality show, what would your answer be?
I've been actually shortlisted for a few things like that. So I think I've been considered for it, but I didn't get it. But the thing is, I think I would say no, that I wouldn't eat those food challenges. And I don't like creepy crawlies, and I don't like insects, and I don't like snake. I don't mind 1 or 2, but you know when they put them on you in abundance, that would be my worst nightmare. However, I'm also very competitive. So if I was in the jungle and I really wanted to win and my focus was that, I could do anything. But I would say now, I would say, oh, but if I was there and I was in the situation and I was like, I want to win this motherfucker, I'd be like, give me the spiders, bring the snakes, give me the cow bollocks, I'll eat it. Like,
Me personally, I would have to, not that anybody's going to come to me for a reality show, but if it was some kind of eating challenge, I'd have to research like, okay, what's this going to do to my intestine? And if it says, oh yeah, it's completely non-toxic, you're good to go. Okay, down the hatch, you put some ranch on it, we'll fucking eat it. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and eat a scorpion and have it, eat it.
well, my thing is when they don't cook it, they just like make you eat it raw. Like I wouldn't even eat raw meat that I eat normally. So why am I going to eat raw, kangaroo balls? No. Can I cook it a bit? Like, no.
I don't even eat sushi, man. My daughter Nikki, she loves sushi up at the.
I don't eat sushi.
Yeah, I don't like anything raw. Well, there's one thing I like raw, but it's not eaten. All right. I gotta drop a dirty joke every there on it. All right, what is the favorite airline you've been on, and do you have a least favorite airline?
I have 2 favorite airlines. I'm going to tell you why. I love Virgin because I just love the experience. I love the clothes they wear. And I've flown upper class on Virgin as well, and I loved it. This was many years ago, but I loved it. It was a beautiful experience. But I also love British Airways, not because it's our national airline, but again, they've just had their uniforms designed by Oswald Boateng, so they're really beautiful. Their new outfits, and also I collect Avios.
Okay.
And you can only collect Avios with British Airways, but I fly British Airways more than any other airline that does Avios. And Avios is really good. Like I went to Cyprus for my birthday and I used 20,000 Avios points and it was 20 quid return flight.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been to England 2 times, and I've flown. Virgin Airways was the first time. That was in 2022. I'd say I like that better than British Airways. Maybe it was just because on the way back, I flew British Airways. It was all right on the way there, but on the way back, I don't know if it took all the tall guys and put them in the row, but I was in the X-Zero, which is fine. But the guy on this side of me was like 6'5", 280. This guy on this side of me was probably about 6'5", 215. I'm sitting here. I was literally like this. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for that. The whole
I
flight.
don't like how proper airlines now. So when I say proper airlines, I mean non-budget airlines. So we're talking about Virgin, we're talking about British Airways, maybe American Airlines. I'm not as familiar with them, but what they've started to do now is charge you for all the extras because of budget airlines doing it. But the reason why budget airlines could do that is because their flights used to be 50 quid. But now people like Virgin and British Airways are doing it, and they're charging you for extra legroom. They're just charging you for nonsense. They're charging you like they start their luggage at 20 kilograms, and then you pay extra if you want 23 or if you want 26. It's like these used to be standard things. Like if they're taking a fucking piss, and that's why you're in this little tiny seat. And then even if you want to pick your seat, you got to pay to pick your seat. It's like what? Every little thing they want to charge you for.
Susie says, remember in the 90s you get pillows and blankets for free? Exactly.
I know. I used to get the little bag with the little headphones, and you could keep the headphones. And it was flying was a whole experience.
Yeah. Now it's we came back from the Virgin Islands in the last trip. My son's like, we're not on Spirit. I think it was Spirit Alliance because there was only one that would come back, and it was basic economy. It was so, and it's weird because like when we flew back from the desert, at least out of Iraq and to Qatar, the base. The leg room was about this big. My hand's probably about 9, 10 inches. So it was about that big. And I did that to think it was smaller than that. It was about 8 inches of leg room. And it's just it's not humane. Like what it, and to be fair, it is a free world. Nobody forced me to buy this fare. I'm just saying, as a civilized world, we could put a little bit more standardization into this stuff instead of nickel and dime. I'd rather pay the, have the cheap fare to Chicago be $250 and actually be able to sit on the damn flight as opposed to being at $68. And by the time I'm done nickel and dime and all the fees, it's already up to $250. You know what I mean?
There you go. And you're like a sardine, like.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right, when was the last time you were at the zoo?
I was at the zoo. Oh Lord Jesus! Years ago. Years ago. I remember going to a party called the Zoo in Ibiza. That's in a zoo that no longer has animals in it. And it's called the Zoo Project, and you dress up like an animal. But the actual zoo, I think probably about 25 years ago, I adopted a tarantula, and I went to London Zoo to take pictures with it for a magazine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love tarantulas. I could never get one as a pet just because I wouldn't take care of it as much as it needed to be. But yeah, those things. I always liked snake. I always like the I don't like the things that kill you on sight. Like I don't mind snakes, but I don't like the snakes that like curl up on your arm and start like restricting your blood. Like keep those guys away from me,
Yeah. One of my dancers used to have a snake called Charlene, and he'd bring her to dance practice, and she just didn't like me. She'd be hissing at me.
I remember back in 1993 or 4, so I was in high school, and this one kid I know, he sold drugs, it is what it is, but he had this big ass python. It was about 14 feet long, and he called him Boss, right? And he had to take him to the vet. There was 4 of us that took the snake into the vet, right? And man, the whole room just freaked out. There were people running. It was like a horror movie. It was oh, it was great. It was great. Oh my goodness. Susie says, where I live, they turn the entire zoo into a haunted house. Yeah, boo at the zoo. We got that. Yeah. That's good for the kids there. Uh-oh, your camera dropped. Kelly, you still there? Or did your phone die? Uh-oh. We'll give it a couple seconds here. We had a great show with Kelly. I got to connect with her. That's why I want to make sure she's coming back. Maybe while she's here, I'll get her on her Instagram. Lovely, lovely audience today. You guys have been amazing. It's been a fun show here. Yeah, I'm about to follow her on IG here. For those following at home, here is her IG right there. Hopefully her camera gets back. I think I followed her. No, I don't. Here, let me follow. Oh, Angie followed her. Okay, cool. Yeah, so everybody check out Ms Kele Le Roc on Instagram. She's living a good life. And be sure to check out the song on all the platforms there. Hopefully her phone gets back here in a second. We'll see. Oh, that's probably about it. But yeah, I'd like to thank Kelly for coming out. And I'm definitely going to hit her up. And yeah, right. What a fun party time, right? What a cool person. What an awesome instant connection, right? Oh my goodness. What a fun lady. I'm glad I got to talk to her. Kelly, if you're still watching on YouTube. Oh, here she's back. Perfect.
Someone tried to call my phone, and then I rejected it, and then I don't know what happened. It wouldn't let me come back in.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. Hey, Shandog in the chat. Welcome everyone. Perfect. Tell you. Well, I give everybody your IG. So if you get a couple more follows on IG, hopefully
thank you. I appreciate you.
100%. Yeah, and you guys can follow me on IG if you want. It's probably easier on Facebook. Honestly, just stay on YouTube. I don't really give a fuck if you follow me on IG or not. I don't monetize.
Facebook is for old people. You do know that, don't you?
It is, but it's so OG for me though. It's so OG.
IG is actually for old people. That's what I'm saying. Like it's all about TikTok.
Well, it's funny, Kelly, because like back, I remember when I was it was my last year at Kent State, and I remember when Facebook was first coming out, and they would list the schools like no eligible in Harvard, blah blah blah. And I remember when Kent State first came out on Facebook, like November of 2004, and I was like one of the first. I was like, click, I signed up right away, and I was older. I was 28 at the time. I was an older student. I had 1 or 2 friends in college. That was about it. So for like the first year, there was nothing. But after I started, meeting other people through the garden, I would get it. But then once they opened it up and to everybody, 08, 09, that's when it really took off. But it makes me laugh thinking back because like I remember when everybody was on MySpace. And at some point in 2009, everybody just said, nope.
I remember MySpace. Yeah, because it was a music thing as well. And I remember my friend saying, like this person's on there, like, but you need to get on there. You're a musician, get on there. And I was like, all right, my MySpace still exists, but whenever I go on there, it's just full of spam.
Right, yeah, it's half the pictures are out there, and it's ridiculous. Oh, we got a question from Susie. She says, "What about those survival shows like Alone, Naked and Afraid? Would you do those kind of shows?"
Naked and Afraid, no. As a woman, no. Like, I just think, no, being naked, like sitting on the ground and no, you've got a lady garden, no. And some of them women, they get bit to fuck and their whole body's covered in no.
Most people are not naked as much as you think they are. They really have. That's showers and doing it, and that's about it. That's the only times I'm pretty much naked. Other than that, it's always clothes on. Because, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
listen,
Those people are brave. There was one woman and the man left her alone. Like he was such a pussy, he couldn't hack it and he left her and she stayed the full 30 days and she literally was eaten to fuck by bugs and creatures. I had to salute her. And they don't even do it for money. That's what, they just do it to level up. It's like your survival skill was 6, now it's like 12. You don't win anything. I was like, fuck that shit.
People want that express lottery ticket right to the top. But a lot of people are. That's the thing too about entertainment, Kelly. Is tell you is that a lot of people were willing to do anything, and I mean
no,
anything.
But you don't win money on that show.
Right?
You don't win anything. They just do it to say that they're tough. That's it.
All right, I'll be tough sitting in my my heated house smoking my weed. I don't have to go. All right. Have you ever been to the Caribbean? Do you have? What do you think of the Virgin Islands? If you have been to the Caribbean,
I've never been to the Virgin Islands, but my mum is Jamaican, so I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Antigua. I've been to St. Lucia. I've been to St. Kitts. I love the Caribbean. Yes.
That's my spot, man. I really dig it down there. I especially dig that they allow weed.
Oh, you guys say the Caribbean.
Caribbean, yeah, same.
The Caribbean.
Tomato, tomato, right. Yeah, we can smoke down there too. Well, in St. Thomas, St. Thomas is where I usually go. St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands because my boy Jimmy goes down there. I mean, we just.
We have a place in Jamaica called St. Thomas as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't been to Jamaica. I got to see what because my buddies were just down in Jamaica, and obviously with the hurricane and all that, we got to see what's up with that. I'm opposed to Jamaica, but I don't know. Because with the weed thing, I'm very, very open about it. So I don't want to and I know technically I think it's illegal, so I don't want to others type deal. And if
you can go there and get weed for sure. But just hold it down,
if I was to guess, the second you get off the plane, you get to the resort, there's probably 4 guys walking around, probably offering you
100%. 100%.
And we guys tend to recognize each other. I mean, I can walk into pretty much any city center or any place downtown, any area in the world, and I'll find that weed guy. I'll get you some. Maybe not in Asia. Asia probably. That's why I can't never go to like Singapore or.
You don't want to go to anywhere in the UAE and do that. Not at all.
There's no way because like even the stuff I smell, like my computer's probably got weed residue on it. But when I was in, you talk about British Airways. I got a nitpick with British Airways. Maybe it's just Heathrow Airport, but when I was coming back home, they stopped me at the gate, dusted my computer for something. I don't know what they're doing. And fine. And while I was standing in line to get on the plane, they're like, Joseph Farrell, please come to the front. I'm like, all right. They did this. They put me in the back room. Fucking get on this little kit. I'm like, all right, we're done. Because I ain't got nothing. I don't know if I looked like I had explosives on the computer or what, but I was like, this is quite unnecessary and annoying. I would like, but there's no explanation. They didn't tell me what they're doing. Whatever. I mean, you can dust my computer as much as you want, buddy. There ain't nothing on there.
But weed.
Right, yeah. You want weed? I got weed. And you didn't say nothing about the edibles I brought through the last time. So, I mean, good luck.
Yeah. See, I would be scared to have an edible because they're quite strong, aren't they, edibles?
Oh, you got my edibles there, Kelly. These things will knock you out of your butt. You've been sleeping for a week. Oh, my goodness.
No, that sounds like that would scare the shit out of me.
If I came over and we were smoking or getting some edibles, we have to eat. I give you a little tiny piece and see how you feel. And then we'll see how the rest of the night go. And then,
when I gave up weed, I think I had a quarter of weed and I made brownies with it. And then, and then I just never smoked weed again.
That's what we do. I only make brownies for special occasions because for some reason, like primarily chocolate things are so much more potent. So like if we have a big event, I'll make a nice plate of brownies and people love it. They'll get, oh man, I want to make some weed brownies. So you got me all. I gotta focus away from that. We're trying to stay healthy here, Kelly.
Yeah.
Trying to get. Next time I talk to you, I want to have guns and a 6-pack or some kind of.
Well, I'm giving you the task of T25. I'm not saying go full insanity, but T25.
I want to at least start doing the stretching from insanity again and get back into that part.
Yes, at least the stretching. At least the stretching.
definitely. You got to follow me on Instagram. Follow me back on Instagram so I can keep in touch
I
with you.
will message me and I'll follow you back 100%. And
All right,
that way I
perfect.
can keep an eye on you.
Yes, yes, yes. Because next time we go, we can't have pints. Because maybe we'll make an agreement. Next time I come to the UK, we'll meet together and go for a run or something. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, 100%. Or we can, know what we could do? We can get Lime bikes and we can ride around the city.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Because I saw some. I want to get on that boat. I know it's called Uber Boats or whatever, but I want
It's
to.
called the Clipper boat. Yeah, it goes by my house actually because I live near the river. So it literally just goes along the river. Like it's like a bus, but it's a boat.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
saw that when I was taking a couple videos of the Buckingham Palace and everything there in the Big
Mm.
Ben and all that. And yeah, I saw the boat there by the river. And
Mm.
it was funny because I, for some reason, like when I fall asleep, a bunch of random documentaries come up about, you know, medieval London and just random old London. Then I saw the story of how you know, back before they changed the river flow or whatever, people used to just die of cholera right there because they just dump everything in the river and they drink the same water. Horrible, right? Oh,
They used
reading
to
up
what,
on
sorry?
reading up on just the sanitation procedures of pre
Oh yeah,
17.
They
Ah,
just dump their shit in the river. Yeah,
crazy ridiculous, right?
yeah.
All right, here's a good one. Who are the three most famous people in your opinion you have met in your life?
Ooh. That I've met. The Queen. I've met the Queen
Okay.
before she passed away. Um, I'm trying to think.
I saw her in Windsor Castle after she passed away.
Who else? I never got to meet Michael Jackson or Prince. Prince is like I had an interaction with Prince, but I didn't officially meet Prince. He was at the O2 and I was right at the front of the stage and he dropped his plectrum. He kept looking at me and I picked it up and I licked it and I stuck it in my bra. So I always say I've tasted Prince's finger sweat. That's what I always say to people. Who else? I'm trying to, you're just like trying to go back in your memory of all the people that you've met. Um, I'll come back to that one. I can't think.
For sure, for sure. All right,
Yeah,
here's a good one. What period of time would you like to live in that you haven't already lived in?
maybe the 60s.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, because I think there was a real hippie movement then, and I am a bit of a hippie at heart. Um, so you know when they say Woodstock, you've had to have been there. Then I could go Woodstock.
I wouldn't have minded to go to Woodstock, but I don't know about the traffic jams. I'm not really a big line guy, you know what I mean? But I would have, and I missed the chance to go to Woodstock '99. I could have afforded that, but I look back and I watch those documentaries, and a lot of people they have this rosy view of the '90s, right, Kelly? It's like I don't know. I look at the '90s so much different. I remember how awkward everything was. I remember if you think back to a lot of the stuff they did, it was kind of just you know, just straight up stereotypical oppression in a lot of places. Like a lot of it was just asinine. And it was, I spent a lot of the '90s chasing that weird stereotype of things that guys are supposed to do. And it just didn't really work out. And then once I realized that, you know, just learn to appreciate things for how they are and the female form, how beautiful it is. You just, and not everything has to be about everything right away. You can just ease into things, learn to know people. Fuck, it was just, and then once I got out of the surface, I started smoking weed. That was a real eye opener. That was amazing. That completed the hell out of me. It really
When
did.
I smoked weed, Jesus, yeah, I used to go down rabbit hole, putting rabbit hole, putting rabbit hole.
Kelly Susie wants to know how meeting the Queen went.
So I was performing at an exchanging of the baton during the um what are the games? It wasn't the Olympics. It's like I can't remember the name of the games. My apologies. Anyhow, I was told that the Queen was going to be there, and at the time I was like, oh, whatever, the Queen's going to be there. So we lined up to meet the Queen, and this is before we all had cameras on our phone, so you just have to take my word for it. So we lined up to meet the Queen, and I literally was at the top of the line as she's come along. So all I practiced was like I curtsied and said, "Very pleased to meet you, Mom." And then she just started talking to me. She was like, "Hey, are you performing here today?" And then because I hadn't practiced anything else, I started stuttering and like an idiot, like a fool. And what's actually mad, even though I was like so like not impressed about meeting her, she does completely have an aura and a presence. And yeah, she does. And Yeah, she was very pleasant. She did. She had this look on her face though when she looked at me, like almost bemused. And in that moment, I wished that I could read thoughts because I was like, "What is she thinking about me right now?" It didn't look like it was an unpleasant thought, but it looked like she was having a little chuckle about me in her brain.
I think the queen was a lot more inquisitive about people she met than people realize. Because I
Yeah.
remember
Did you
I
watch?
talked
Did you
to
watch the Crown?
I did. I'd say I see some of it. I actually went to Buckingham Palace. I got this cool little pen
Yeah.
from there. But the when I had Right Said Fred on, they said they met the Queen too, and the Queen was like, "So are you brothers?" And she asked him, So I
Yeah.
think, I bet if I asked a bunch of, I tend to ask that question to some people. I got that,
Yeah.
like I asked you for it, but I think from what I've gathered from people who have met the Queen is that she was very, very more inquisitive about people like what they were doing as opposed to, because I
Yeah.
mean, if you're a queen, I mean, you're living on royalty the whole life. You don't want to dwell
Yeah.
on that. If I'm
Yeah.
meeting the queen, oh yeah, I'm going to ask about the royalty. She doesn't want to talk about that. She wants to talk about everything else. Everything
Yeah.
else besides
Yeah.
the
And
queen. You
she's
know what I mean?
ultimately a human being. She is a person. You know.
Exactly. Flesh human beings. That's
Yeah.
everybody, right?
Oh, I've
She's
met Boris Johnson.
okay. Good old Boris Johnson. I remember that guy. Yeah.
Boris Johnson used to be our mayor, and then was he?
He was PM, wasn't he? Was he PM for a little bit?
Yeah, he was the prime minister, and he was the mayor for a while. Yeah.
Because I tried to get the girl who replaced her was Liz. Her name was Liz Truss. I tried to get her on the show, and I emailed him. He actually responded to me, which is kind of cool. If I tried to get a former president on the show, nobody would return my email, but that part was kind of cool. All right, speaking of cool bands in England, we ask every guest this question: Beatles or Queen? Who would you pick out of those two bands?
Ooh, Queen.
Queen, nice one, nice one. That's it. I got to
Yeah.
go back and compilate all these and see who it was. It was funny when Sam Fox was on the show, and I asked her, and she said, "Well, I work with Freddie Mercury, so the Beatles." I was like, "That's a cool story." Or no, Freddie Mercury's
Oh,
on a cool story. Yeah.
she
That's
did.
right.
She didn't like Freddie Mercury.
No, she liked him. She liked him. She said Queen. Yeah, she loved him at Freddie.
Oh,
All
she's
right,
saying, oh, because she'd already worked with them, so
yeah.
she'd say,
Here's a
but
go. Here's a
okay,
good.
fair
Did you
enough.
get to meet Diana before anything happened to her?
No, I never got to meet Lady Di. No, I didn't.
What? Talk about Regal, right? My goodness, my goodness. I
Yeah.
remember. I remember. Do you remember where you were when you found that news out?
Yes, 100%. I know exactly where I was when the Twin Towers happened, and I know exactly where I was when Lady Di died.
Yeah, I remember. I remember the Twin Towers because I was in college. I was doing security guard stuff, and I watched. It was me and my buddy Chris. We had a apartment there, or house, half house. We were in it, and watching the first one. We turned on the TV. I think we saw the second one hit live, and then I was in college at the time. Went into college. We're like, oh, everything is canceled. The guy came around and canceled all classes, and then we spent the rest of the day watching TV. And I was a security guard, went to work. But man, that whole next week, everybody, because I was in the guard. I did 20 years. They call you up, Air Guard, Air National Guard. So it's like the royal stuff, but the 1 week in a month kind of thing. And I got so many calls. Hey, you getting called up? You getting called up? But man, I'll tell you what though, Kelly, after the 9/11, I mean, it's obviously a horrible thing, but man, they really, after the veterans, they really started treating the veterans really good over here after 9/11. Like it because there was a period in the 90s where like post Vietnam, they started forgetting about a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
there were so many World War II guys. It was just whatever for the old
Yeah.
people. But after that, they really, this country, at least in my opinion, I don't know, everybody has their own opinion, but I really think a lot of the focus got focused on taking care of the veterans after 9/11. So that's a good thing that came about.
Yeah.
All right, we'll end you up with this, and we love you. Thank you so much for coming out. What a great
Thanks
interview!
for
Right?
having me. I've
Oh
had a
my
lovely
goodness,
time.
I feel like I feel like I just met a friend for life right here. Right?
You
My goodness.
have, you have, and I am so gonna stalk you and be on your ass.
Yes, yes. All right, what is something you haven't done yet? You're sure you're going to do by the time you're 60, and what is your advice for your future self?
Um, so I try and tick loads of things off my to-do list and my bucket list. Uh, I think I want to do hang gliding.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, yeah. I've skydived. I've done I've been to see the Northern Lights. I've snowmobiled at the top of the glaciers. Like
Ooh,
I've been to see the pyramids. Like there's a few things that have been on my list. I'm like, but yeah, hang gliding. I saw
ooh.
someone do it the other day in Brazil, and I was like, "Yep, you got to get on that now because that's been in your mind for a while. Let's get it done."
If I could see other people do it, I'm down. But I don't want to be the first guy to go out there. I got to see 3, 4 other people do it. I'm down
Oh
for
no,
some.
no, people have been hang gliding for years.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
but I want to stand at the top of the cliff.
don't go and Google how many people die from hang gliding accidents before you go though.
There's that makes me. There's there's the one sketch from Family Guy where the guy goes on the hang gliding and he calls like thread the needle, and I got to find this stuff before we go. You're gonna laugh at this. No, you know what? No, yeah, we got to do this. No, This is so
Send it
fun.
to me. Send it to me on
Oh,
Instagram.
yeah, I'll send it to you on Instagram, and because
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, Peter, I like doing this." And he just goes right into just crashes right into the mountain. Oh, it's great. Kelly, thank you so much for coming up. What an
Thank you for
honor.
having me. I
What a great, lovely
appreciate you.
show. And be sure to check her out on Instagram. And everybody have a great weekend or great week, and have some fun and go get some food, man. Eat some food. Well, not you. You're fasting right now, but
I'm fasting till tomorrow. I had my herbal tea on the water. I'm good.
oh, yeah. All right. So, everybody have a good time. And I already follow you on IG, so I'll hit you up and we'll have some good time. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Peace. All right. We